Hey, good morning. Last call. It's no more morning. It's 11 o'clock. We had a cold night last night. To summarize it, we came down this Selden Pass in the afternoon, which was kind of okay. We did some glissading down. And yeah, it was not too bad. It was 11,000 feet pass. It's melting more and more. Then we took camp, and in the morning, Six Eyes had left. Didn't say a word. He typically goes out early. Maybe he left 5 o'clock, but he didn't send a GPS or anything. So don't know what's happening. But I'm going with Flap and with the machine. We're having a good time. Just had breakfast together. I cooked my French press coffee. And yeah, we kind of have to hurry a little bit. There will be a long day today, 20 miles. And it was already a steep downhill. Now it's a steep uphill to Silver Pass. So one more pass at about 11,000 feet. And then if we can make 20 miles today going up the pass and going down a little bit, there's a chance that we can go into Mammoth tomorrow, have an air bed and breakfast or hotel room. We desperately need it. This was probably the hardest stretch ever in the Sierra over the high passes. And we are ready for town now. We are ready for a bed. We are ready for shopping, grocery, eat something else than dried meals or peanut butter bars. And yeah, that's it. Other than that, we are going through a nice forest. This morning again, this tent was frozen. There's so many freezing nights. Which is really cold, and you pay the price for going through the high Sierra, going through these 11,000, 12,000, 13,000 feet mountains in May. You still have a lot of snow. You can work around the snow if you go early in the morning, then you go on ice and you don't sink in the snow. But there's nothing to work around the cold. Nearly every night is kind of freezing. And you kind of put every cloth on that you have, your merinos, your down jackets, everything. You can sleep well in the night. Sometimes you wake up, it's a little cold because air gets into your quilt, cold air. But it's okay. The hardest time is standing up in the morning, 5 o'clock, 5:30 something. You have to do this because you want to walk on the frozen snow and not in the slushy, slippery, wet. Yeah, but this is the Silver Pass. Today is another 3,000 feet up, 1,000 meters up in the afternoon. The last big snow expected. And besides snow, we have a lot of these river crossings and you're getting your feet wet. So I'll try to do that, but I cannot use the camera here. Hey, we're just going up Silver Pass and went through a river crossing which was fed from this waterfall. It's quite steep uphill. The machine and Flap are behind me and it's quite steep. None of the passes is easy. See that? I thought we were already up, but one switchback after the other. Talk to you later. Hey, last call here. I think it's 1st of June. We are out of the cold month of May in the high Sierra. We camped at Lake Virginia. We found Six Eyes again. He was there and we're all looking forward for a town day. This has definitely been the hardest 8 or 9 days of hiking, going over all the passes, having all the river crossings, and we were all looking forward to hike the last 15 miles, 23 kilometers to catch a bus into town of Mammoth Lakes. But the Sierra doesn't let go. Just to give you an example, I had 3 pairs of socks. 2 of them were wet with all the river crossing. The shoes were wet. So everything was wet. I left it outside the tent. Still, the tent was frozen inside. And I had my last pairs of socks on. And this morning, first thing, 6:30, you have to go through a river. So you go in frozen shoes, cold feet, and now I have the feet also wet. They only help because from here is the sun. I'm down with all my food. I have 1 bar, caramel chocolate bar left, a little bit of peanut butter and a little bit of coffee. That's the last food for the day. And 15.5 miles will still be a lot. I mean, this is 25 kilometers. We'll be at the bus station this afternoon. Then go into Mammoth Lakes and maybe take 2 zeros. And then I guess the group will split up a little bit. I'm planning to go over to Yosemite if I'm allowed to. And yeah, this is the High Sierra. Let's talk later. Hey, last call here. And you should know one of the reasons why I'm last call is that's basically the name that Indian Amy gave to me. Is the reason was that they said I would be fast. They wanted to call me Autobahn or something like this, but I'm not really fast. I'm only fast when it counts. Meaning we are going into town after the hardest hiking week ever. We are going into Mammoth Lakes and I'm ahead of the group because I keep going fast. There's 0.5 miles to the exit of the PCT. Then we take a side hike into Horseshoe Meadow Campground. And there's rumors that from Horseshoe Meadow Campground there's a bus, a free bus going every hour into Mammoth Lakes, which is a big town. So it was so hard. Over the last days everyone said it, even the young guys said it, that the climbing over the passes up to 13,000 feet, there was 6, 7, 8 of the big passes climbing up with ice axe in snow and ice. It was kind of scary, sketchy, and then walking down post-holing in the big snow. And it was the hardest thing you could do. And then on top of it, every night was freezing cold. The shoes and socks in the morning were frozen. You needed 5 minutes to get into the shoes, warm them up. And if you got into the frozen shoes, you had to do a lot of river crossings, so everything was wet again. So this is a new definition of a hard hike. But everything is history. We are looking so forward to getting to town, drink beer and have pizza and all that kind of stuff. First thing is we would go into Vons, which is a supermarket. We would get vegetables, fruit as first thing. Then we would get beer. We're only talking about food all of the time. My beer canister is empty. It's just full of trash. The pack is extremely light at the moment. And hope to talk to you later when I'm in town.
When I came for him in the garden, did they know? When I came for him in the garden, did they know? only Son of God? Did they know that he was Lord? Did they hear when he told Peter, Peter, put up your sword? When they came for him in the garden, did they know? When they came for him in the garden, did they know? When he spoke to them in the city, did they hear? When he spoke to them in the city, did they hear? Nicodemus came at night, so he wouldn't be seen by men, saying, Master, tell me why a man must be born again. When he spoke to them in the city, did they hear? When he spoke to them in the city, did they hear? The blind and crippled, did they see? Oh, yeah, yeah. When he healed the blind and crippled, did they see? Oh, yeah, yeah. When he said, pick up your bed and walk, why must you criticize? Same thing my father do, I can do likewise. When he healed the blind and crippled, did they see? When he healed the blind and crippled, did they see? Did they speak out against him? Did they dare? Did they speak out against him? Did they dare? The multitude don't need to make him king, put a crown upon his head. Why did he slip away to a quiet place instead? Did they speak out against him? Did they dare? When he rose from the dead, did they believe? When he said, all power is given to me in heaven and on earth, they knew right then and there what that power was worth. When he rose from the dead, did they believe? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for coming out tonight. I want to introduce these young ladies still on my left. One more time, Carolyn Dennis. battle in Quebec. Regina McQuarrie, Clyde E. King, from Copenhagen on guitar, Steve Ripley. On the bass guitar tonight. One of the last bass guitar players left in the world, ladies and gentlemen, Tim Drummond. He's got one of the last bass guitars around, that's why. On the drums from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Jim Keltner. I hope we played something that you came to hear tonight. I know we left a lot of songs out that I wanted to play. Maybe next time. Good night.